The land of the rising sun, also known as Japan, has given us many a great thing. But one of my ultimate favorites is the Mazda RX-7.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Yes, Mazda RX-7. What year model is this one? 2002 Mazda RX-7. One of my fantasy cars here, guys. I'm loving this. I mean, just check it out, guys. This car is amazing. I mean, I really want one. I've always wanted one. If you're a fan of the Fast and the Furious franchise, if you're a fan of Need for Speed, Midnight Club, all of that, if you're from that era, you are very much familiar with this car over here. Not like familiar in a small way, but like in a big way. This, along with like the GTR 34 and the Mark IV Supra, are legends to petrol heads. They are just phenomenal cars. And then this one is special because unlike a lot of other RX-7s, this one is still standard. So yes, you're probably wondering who would keep an RX-7 standard. He's a purist. There he is, Dylan, get in the frame, wave. That's Dylan. Show them your rotary shirt. See that? He lives this. He lives this, guys. He's not pretend. So I'm gonna take you guys through the interior. Everything is pretty much original, right?
Except for the steering wheel and the Gimbal base.
That's it. But the rest of the car is pretty standard. Mazda RX-7. Let me take you guys. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Is that not pretty? Let's get in, guys. Let me show you. The cabin is tight. It's like I don't know what being a fighter pilot is like, but this must be pretty close to it because there's like very little space in here. Let me show you guys. I get in. The seats rolled all the way back and then just in recline mode. But there you have it. The interior of the Mazda RX-7. That speedo says 180 kilometers, but it'll probably do more, right? It'll probably do more. We dynoed this last week. It did 221 kilowatts. This is a beast, a monster of a car. There you go. It's just the gear knob and the steering. Those are Momo parts. And as with any RX-7, have a look. Little red button. If you watch Fast and the Furious, you know what little red buttons mean when they're in the car. To show you how tight space is inside this car, guys, I'm gonna close the door, and then this is a door handle and all of that. I know you guys can't see too much of my face right now, but that's where they have to squeeze in. They have to squeeze in the door handle right there. That's how you open the door on a Mazda RX-7. Wow, who would have thought? Carpets are original. There you go. That camouflage sort of greenish pattern, those are original carpets. Let's close the door and let's open the bonnet. Take you guys through to the bonnet side, show you what the motor's looking like. Not the sexiest car to get out of, or try to get out of, but you know, it's very difficult to look sexy getting out of this car. But is that not sexy? Have a look at that, guys. Rotary motor. You don't get too many of these on the road. If you think I'm lying, we're not lying, guys. We are not lying. Stock standard Mazda RX-7 in amazing condition. This car, obviously, it's a tuner car. So you don't buy this because you got family or kids and all of that stuff. You buy this. How do we even open this bonnet, the boot? We just lift it up here. Boot space is non-existent. They like purpose built this. They purpose built this to like fit extra performance parts like your nitrous tanks and all of that. It's not for storing groceries and other cool family related stuff. But yeah, guys, I'm just loving it. We're gonna put this guy on the road just now. We're gonna do a typical flyby. We're gonna see if we can get a little rev out of it. I'll speak to Dylan nicely, see if he'll let me drive for a little bit so that you guys can see me drive. I do drive my cars, guys, don't worry. I just don't post it, but this is a fantasy garage car. All around. Amazing. Dylan, wanna hit the road?
No
Let's go.
tuner car collection or even any car collection is ever complete without a Mazda RX-7, and it's easy to see why, with the pop-up headlights being its most discerning feature. And it's difficult to say that this car was even built in the 90s, as most of the cars from that era had more of a block shape, and this is sort of an elongated, overly kind of look to it. The interior of the car is well put together, compact, and very, very functional. The highlight of the car is, however, its rotary motor, which is a rotating cylinder based layout, so there are no pistons, camshafts, or connecting rods. This allows for the car to rev very high and has fewer moving parts, and gives it a great performance, 0 to 100 in 5.3 seconds.
We are in one of my fantasy garage cars, the 2002 Mazda RX-7. This one is as standard as it gets with the rotary motor, and Dylan is the owner. I don't know how he found it, but just listen to that exhaust note. Oh, it wants to go. It really, really wants to go. And it's such a great car to drive. Like I said earlier, if you are into the whole Need for Speed, Fast and the Furious, Midnight Club, all of that, you know this car. You very much know and respect this car. But Dylan, how long have you had the car? How have you found it? What's your experience been like?
I've had this car only for about a year, just over a year.
Right.
I bought it from someone I know. I have known someone that actually works with licensing and stuff. Not sure how exactly they got the car, but
They got the car.
they got the car, and yeah, and didn't hesitate when they said it was for sale.
So, for some of you who are asking, not sure how we got the car, these were not really built for the South African market, so almost all of them are just about imports. So Dylan is driving a bit of a unicorn in this car. So let's get into the interesting parts about the car. Running costs, maintenance, what's that like?
Running costs, it's obviously very heavy on fuel. Rotaries like to run very rich. This thing comes with a very big tank. It has, I think, 70 or 80 liter tank.
That's
for
huge.
such a small car.
That is huge.
And I can only get about, depending on how I drive it, maybe 300 to 400 k's on a tank.
Enough.
So yeah, it is very heavy. Maintenance is difficult to work on the car, difficult to get into places.
Right.
For anything major, you have to take out the whole engine. I have changed one or two things without having to take the engine out, but it's tight and it's difficult. And another thing is finding parts is also quite difficult.
Yeah. Earlier you mentioned on how much heavier the oil consumption is to like a normal car because of the rotary. Can you explain that to the viewers?
The rotary actually injects oil into the irons where the rotors run. This is how the engine is lubricated. That also the fact that it's so rich all the time, the oil gets contaminated a bit quicker, and you don't want the dirty oil being injected to lubricate your rotors and the irons or whatever each viewer would like to call them. But I never drive enough mileage to actually do a service on kilometer intervals. We do it on an annual. When I got the car, I serviced it again after that, just to always be sure.
Let's see how well it does in a green light.
Hey?
Let's see how well it does in a green light. We're gonna
No
pull
problem,
it. We're
yeah.
gonna pull, guys. We're gonna pull hard. We're gonna see how strong it is. Let's go. Wow! It is alive, guys. This car car is quick. Oh, you don't want to sell it to me?
Not just yet, man.
Not just yet. It's not an outright no. It's a not just yet, guys. Wow.
Maybe one day if I, get an upgrade, but until then, I don't think so.
So he turned down my offer to purchase. It's fine, but it's an amazing car, guys. You just saw how it just pulled. What a phenomenal experience, and I'll explain later on in the video what a rotary engine is, or motor, for those of you who don't understand what it is. But trust me, guys, this car it's a dreamy car, and it puts smiles on everybody's face. It's a fire-breathing dragon. That's why I came to see this car, guys. It's a fire-breathing dragon. I've very much enjoyed a lot of it. We'll see if I can get a little bit of steering time just now as well, and then I'm loving it, guys. You should be here. Dylan, you also run your own performance shop, Old School Performance.
That's right. It is very new. We've never operated with a name, always been busy with cars. Well, not always, but at least for the past 5 years or so. I work with one of my friends. He does some of the things, I do some of the other things, but we get things done. We work on anything. We prefer the old, that's why the name Old School Performance. But
guys, it's so tail happy. Oh, I love it. I want one. Guys, I'll put the link in the description for Old School Performance, so you can go check them out. Some of the work they do, they've got some really interesting cars in the workshop, or should I call it the Dragon's Lair, or the Dragon's Den, whatever you want to call it, where this car parks and lives. Go check them out, and we'll definitely catch you soon, guys.
you'll have to just give it a little bit of juice from the get-go.
No problems.
One thing these things don't have is torque. Or not a lot of it, at least.
Okay, so this is more or less Dylan's seating position. He's slightly taller than me, so I have to adjust mine just a little bit. And first impressions, guys, sitting in, seatbelts on, I feel like I'm in a fighter jet. Everything is sort of just here. I don't know, you'll see in the shots in the cockpit. Dream car, here we go. Oh wow, guys, it's ready to go. I'm telling you, this car is ready to go. When I used to play all those games, I don't know if you ever played them on PlayStation or whatever.
Oh, definitely Underground and Most Wanted.
This car was like one of those you just had to have. And guys, it's just check it out. I'm loving it. It's actually quite comfortable.
Let's flip.
Mr. Gear. See what happens when you drive automatics too much. That's my problem. I missed the gear on that one. But guys, it's sitting on 106,000 kilometers, and it is actually quite a comfortable car. It feels like you can take this far away. It feels like you can put this on the road. I know, Dylan, you haven't, but I feel like you could probably do a nice little road trip with this puppy over here. And
if you backlight is
there's no boot.
Space is limited.
Space is very limited.
Maybe you'll also have to add 1 or 2 stops to just stretch the legs, because space isn't a lot of it.
Pothole. Okay, guys, so my experience with this car has really been awesome. It's a dream drive for me. It's one of my dream drives. Absolutely loved it. You don't understand. Being used to like your Mercedes Benzes, which are very powerful and torquey, this just feels a lot more exciting because it's just a little bit more alive, because there's not too much in driver assistance, so you sort of have to be very much awake and focus. But there is a throttle response, and you can't help but always just get close to that accelerator just to hear those turbos getting to work. I may just like drive, open his door and kick him out and just go home. I may probably do that. I'm having so much fun in this car, and let's just wait for this guy to go past. We're gonna loop one more time and wow, we can loop this way, right?
Yeah.
Tail happy cars. I will not test its tail happiness. I'm not built for that. But whoa, so strong. Did I go into fifth again?
Yep.
I keep missing that gear. I'm gonna add that to the video. This is such a
They made it nice and close for you.
So it's one right there.
Yeah.
Let's try that again.
Go left, then.
Okay, let's. I keep missing third gear, guys. I go into fifth. Made it so tight. Okay, we're gonna give it a go here. Let's see if I catch third. Did I catch it? I caught third, guys. I caught third for the first time. Oh, you must have the Mazda RX-7, guys. It's been great driving this car, Dylan. He's been a great host. I don't know what you guys are gonna do, but we may get a few drinks after this.
Definitely.
Can we pop a U-turn over
Yeah,
here?
no problem. You'll see some marks lying here from U-turns.
So you gotta give it a little bit of juice because it doesn't make a lot of torque.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
but when it does, when the power like
It's
that,
because Mazda worked it out very nicely for you with sequential turbos, where one is there almost permanently from like 1,500 RPM, and at 4.5 the secondary takes over. You'll
twin
see.
turbos, sequential turbos, boys.
Yes, we can maybe attach the dyno in the video, and on exactly 4,500 you see a dip in the curve, and then it goes again, and that's where the second turbo takes over.
We'll add that right here. You just gotta, guys. You don't understand. This is a machine. This car is. It's everything. If you've watched the movies and played the games, it's exactly what you think it is in the movies and the games. That's what it is. No lie. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to the channel. Very much appreciated. Don't forget to like, subscribe, press the bell icon, comment, share. I'll post links onto my description so you guys can get a little more information about the guys at Old School Performance. And Dylan, any last words?
Buy RX-7, and if you need work done to it, come to us at Old School Performance.
There you go. What else do you need? I'm gonna buy one, or I'm gonna buy this one. But oh, cheers, guys. Oh, goodbye. With Honda having returned to the NSX, and Nissan returning to the GTR, and even Toyota returning to the Supra, almost everybody is patiently waiting and asking, when will Mazda return to the RX-7?